Yo ho! What's going on, guys? Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. This is Grim Reaper back.
Sorry.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Oh shit. This is Stigma back with chapter 294 of the Nanatsu Taizai greatness, bro. I got half the niggas in the community here. All of the Taizai lovers. We're here to inspect the greatness before the end of the year. The last chapter of 2018. I have with me Zarso, Griever, Manga Fairy, Nia D. Hemmings, Sundown Runner, and Vengeful Eagle. What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. How are you doing?
I just woke up, man.
I feel that. Me too.
Shit.
My head hurts and shit. It was a good chapter though.
Hell yeah, man. Before we get it started, man, did you guys have any content that you're gonna drop before the end of the year, Griever?
Yeah, I'm hoping to drop a video on Seven Deadly Sins discussion video on Christmas Day. I'll have that scheduled up, and maybe another gaming review for Persona 5, but I doubt I'll get that out in time.
Nice. P5 GOAT.
What's up, Fairy? You got any content coming out before the end of the year?
Me? I mean, I might have something on that.
He definitely didn't ask you.
No, I didn't know.
What's up, Fairy?
There's a lot of commotion going on. I didn't hear what name you said.
You said Discord order. Yeah.
It's me, right? Yeah. I think I'm going to try to get a Seven Deadly Sins discussion out, but that's pretty much all I have time for this time of year, so.
Hell yeah. More Taizai. What's up, Nia?
I just put out a Taizai discussion video. I might do one more for the end of the year, but you know how like Braga does that like top 30 One Piece stuff? I was in the stream, and I basically have a video where I go through my own list like, by myself and give my reasoning for everything. So that's gonna come out later this week, probably Wednesday.
Check out Naya's true top 30, the only top 30 that's credible besides Grimm's. What's up, Sundown?
Oh, and the end of the year wrap up. Sorry, just covering like One Piece in general for 2018. We thought about like end of Whole Cake, Wano, and Reverie, and then yeah.
The sentence was perfect, Grimm, up until you said that you were credible. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
What's up, Sundown?
Yeah, I got all my reviews: One Piece, Boku no Hero, and Taizai to drop. So it should be some fun times.
Man, you got a whole catalog, huh? All right.
Yes, sir.
Check that out, guys. What's up, Vengeful?
I might have some One Piece review coming up. Maybe probably most likely it's Taizai because I missed a couple of reactions.
Bet, dog. The niggas love your Taizai shit, bro. Keep it up, bro. They need you out here. All right, so we're gonna get it popping now with a chapter. Hey, Nia, could you
Who's I'm saying, are you stapling some shit?
Okay, so that time that was definitely me. My fault. Do you think?
All right, so let's get it popping with this chapter, man. Let's start off from the top. Chapter thoughts and chapter ratings real fast. What's up, Zarzo?
Man, listen, you already know my boy Arthur is still sleeping, so I'm sleeping on this holy war. I don't really care too much. I'm playing though. I'm playing. This chapter was hella hype. Overall, I thought it was pretty interesting. I didn't expect to see trash ass Mael this early on.
Wow.
Like honestly, didn't expect to see him. But you know what? He brought out a pretty cool move. I didn't know that gods were allowed to, just send people to reincarnation. But seeing as how Elizabeth's mom did the whole thing with her, it's not too surprising at this point. King just acting like a hot boy as usual. So is what it is. Overall, I give it maybe a 7.5, 8. Only because I don't want to have Grimm, think that King's all that good. So maybe like a 7.5.
The Fairy King, bitch. The motherfucking Fairy King, bitch.
I always put it down like 1.5 whenever King flexes because it can't have Grimm, get gassed up. Can't have that.
Oh my.
Can't let him think he's real.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Griever?
Well, chapter was I'll just give my rating first. I think it was like a 7, maybe an 8, because the chapter itself was pretty good. I like that we got to jump between a bunch of people, like stuff is actually happening. We weren't just stuck with Mael and Gotha having a conversation. We weren't just stuck with they fight. We had a good balance of stuff going on, so that was cool. Don't like some of the stuff that happened, but you know, it is what it is. I think the power creep in this chapter is really just making everyone go like a big question mark on their face. But we'll get into that, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Man. What's up, Fairy?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it like an 8. There was a lot going on, and yeah, the power struggle that Escanor's having right now is just like, boy. Like,
Tell
and
me
I'm
true.
pretty
Tell me
sure
true,
fucking Merlin took an L. Just
Oh yeah.
it's all fucked.
On her fucking
But
knees,
King's transformation, I was not expecting that look. So yeah, it was just a lot going on.
the most fitted nigga in Taizai. Shut the fuck up, Bond. Shut the
Uh-huh.
fuck up, Bond. What's up, Not?
Yeah, it's like an 8. It was good. I liked it. It was nice to see him struggle finally. Really, see Merlin get fucking blown back. That was great.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Haters, all of them. Haters.
King flexing. I liked it because like you kind of like what you said earlier, like a little bit off stream about like the ranking of the Taizai. I'm like kind of in agreement with you. I think you have a good argument there, so I can't wait to get into it. But yeah, I mean it's 8 out of 10. It was a good chapter.
Oh yeah. What's up, Sundown?
I'm gonna drop a 7 on this chapter, but I was so happy. I mean, like once again, boys and girls, we do not support abuse, but seeing Merlin get clapped like that, big time. I was so happy to see it.
Yeah.
Our boy King. I mean, like, dude, what is he wearing? What the hell is this dude wearing? I have no idea what the hell that is. I mean, like, he summoned a tree to gain some clothing. That's some weird ass shit. But apart from that, the Chastity of Fall part was amazing. We'll get to that. So yeah, I thought it was a 7.
All right. What's up, Eagle?
I enjoyed the chapter a lot. It was like Fairy said, there was a lot kind of going on. The fact that he summoned that tree and made clothing out of it was a little weird, but the outfit itself, yeah, I mean, respect that shit. That's clean. He's dapper as fuck. But
I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's cool to see Merlin, actually not just having an answer for it, but the Escanor is also I like seeing him bleed, but we've seen him bleed before. It's nothing new. But the true greatness of the chapter for me was that Castiel coming in at the end.
Yo,
Because I didn't even think about it when she said, "Where is the Castiel anyway?" And you see him like flipping his fingers. He sent that shit from miles away and hit old dude like, bah! Oh my god, yo, that shit was trash. Dude had to put the shield up and it broke through on his ass, yo. But the original demon is,
yo, he's a monster.
He's living up to what I thought he was gonna do.
Hell
That's for sure.
I gave this chapter,
but I still don't like him a lot because he took away my favorite character. But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the chapter. It was good.
Chandler's gone now.
Yeah, rest in peace, Chandler, man.
Stereotypically, I gave this chapter another fucking 9 out of 10. Because King Harlequin showed up. Anytime King Harlequin shows up, it's too much for y'all niggas. It's too much for me. So I gotta give it. I have to do that. In like we mentioned before, we discussed before in the podcast, the Mael Gauther storyline is probably one of the most pinnacle. It's probably the pinnacle or one of the greatest in Taizai. So to have it continue to be fleshed out or addressed is always interesting to see, especially on a minor scale instead of a major scale. I know a lot of us complain about that. This brings up a lot of questions though as to what is really gonna happen later on, as to what true power is amongst the races. You know, if somebody like this could do that, then what does that mean for somebody else in that same position? And a lot of things came up about this chapter. I'm glad it seemed like a quick paced one where we were getting information just laid out and set up for the next occasion, which I guess is befitting the holiday season and the time period that we're in right now. But it's also probably going to fit very nicely into the story. So without further ado, let's get into the discussion, man. We're going to start on page 1, guys. We're using the manga stream the manga stream translation. If you guys want to follow with the link in the description. So this cover page, though. The princess with her titties out and shit. What's up with that?
Hey, man.
Wait, what?
Are you serious?
Man, I read this chapter.
You told me you didn't notice that, bro? Come on, bro. Like, she's looking beautiful, fierce as fuck. She's got the goddess symbol in her eyes, the little like earring on and shit, and then the titties are out.
All I see, Grimm, as we talked about before, best girl. That's another video I need to make soon. Is what makes best girl? What are the rules of it cannot be best girl? And cut bangs, man, ruin the entire thing. And next, move on.
Bro,
Cut
I'm
bangs.
not gonna lie.
Griever,
I agree.
Griever,
Top 3 gayest
Griever,
things
my
I've
man.
heard all
Griever,
day.
my man. Griever, my man. Griever, always my man. Like, this man knows. This man knows. Yo, you need bangs. If you have no bangs, you're like, Guila then and now.
Exactly.
Man, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this cover page. You saw me a dream, bro. Damn.
They're there, bro. They're there. You can see it clearly, man.
They're there, but like it's not like before. Like Goddess Elizabeth, like 3,000 years ago was This one now, get some more bangs. Like okay. For example, Matrona without bangs versus Matrona with bangs, bruh. There's a difference. All right, there's a difference. Like before, get that giant away from me. Now, let that giant crush me.
Yeah, exactly. Gila in the necropolis. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sleeping on her. I don't care. She can get out of my life.
The only girl that gets better with like as time progresses is Derriere, because like that hair, like when it was long, I was like, damn, that's like a crazy Raditz look. I'm not gonna lie, she looks pretty good with that. And then with the short hair, I was like, damn, I didn't know that, like, the pixie cut was alright too. I was like, like it's out of my hands at that point.
You just like buff females. That's what it is. Because I look like men. That's really what it is. She's buff. She looks like a man.
Not necessarily true. I mean, like
Get you a muscle queen.
The man say,
yo, this man. I got you.
He just wants them to know that they're taking care of themselves. That's the one.
Exactly.
All right, but real quick though, we'll all go down the line. What are your complete thoughts on Elizabeth as of from chapter 0 to 294? If we'll start from the top.
Okay. Jesus Christ, he's asking me for the whole journey. It's definitely been a fucking change. She's definitely not how she used to be. However, at the same time, I still feel like she could have been a bit more proactive. She kind of reminds me of Orihime in that sense from Bleach. Like she, again, very similar in character, like in her powers too. But it's like she's definitely a lot stronger than she lets on, and it seems as though she doesn't necessarily take action as often as, say, her compatriots. I mean, like when you look at it, Derriere, like she could have helped out with Derriere's plan to take, to like stop Mael from going crazy. Probably purify him from the darkness. But she didn't, and it was Derriere who enacted the plan. So I feel like, she's gone far, but it's like she could definitely have been of more use. But I guess it's because of the plot. She just couldn't intervene because some things just had to act, or some things had to go a certain way. That's all I'm saying. Overall, it's an okay change, especially for a female character. Definitely an okay change in my book.
What's up, Griff?
Well, I would say my only issue with her character development up until this point is the fact that now we know that she's got a majority of her memories back, at the very least. And so the change we've seen in her character as it stands now could be the confidence she used to have from years and years and years ago. It might. So I'm just trying to figure out what parts are the Princess of Leonis Elizabeth character development versus, oh well, here's your old personalities back. Your already developed self that took, for all we know, hundreds of years to get to that point after fighting in the First Holy War. So for me, I'm kind of sitting there like, okay. I mean, I like the character. I think Zarsel said something good, that like very similar to Orihime. I don't think that was a bad comparison, because it's very true. Like we've seen that she can go toe to toe with a lot of people, but she seems to prefer to sit on the sidelines and pick up the pieces rather than get in the game and throw the damn football. She likes to I don't mean to
interrupt you, but that's very interesting that you say that. If you remember when the Danafor event happened, or after that reference, we were told by Meliodas that she was different than Elizabeth. Like Liz was indeed different than Elizabeth. So I'm wondering if once she got her memories back, if that's just gone now. Like the Princess of Leonis, if she's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, she clearly has the memories of being the princess, but is her personality the goddess, or is what did that overwrite it? So I'm not sure. I don't know if we can give credit to character development or not. I'd like to say that this was a natural progression over from Chapter 0. I think she did get stronger as the Princess of Leona's character, but as she stands right now, I don't know if this is like a pseudo character development or not. But overall, I like the character. So
True.
That's actually a good question.
All right.
Damn.
What's up, Fairy?
I'll let someone else go ahead. Yeah, someone else figure that one out.
When I'm not gonna lie, when I first started reading, she was a really irritating character because she was so needy. So it was nice to see her like get her memories back and some kind of power. But like it's weird because when she first regained her memories, she seemed more like Elizabeth the princess. But like I don't know what chapter it was, but like it stopped and now she just like started being like the goddess Elizabeth. I don't know. Like there was a weird shift in her character, and I think that's why we're all having trouble trying to pinpoint if it's her progression as the princess or the goddess because it just kind of switched. And I'm not sure where it like went wrong. Like because I like the way she's acting right now, but like it just seems weird. And like as you guys were saying, like she kind of just she still sits on the sidelines and like we know she has this power, but like later on she'll be like, oh no, like they got hurt. It's like, bitch, why don't you do something then?
Yeah, yeah. Like
and Barry, I think the chapter you're thinking about where the core change, if I'm remembering correctly, was when her and Elaine showed up in that place to save Deanne after she crushed Helbram or whatever, like spirit and stuff. Because after that point, she seemed to act like this confident, like goddess again, and before that, she was all memory. So I could be wrong about that, but I think that's when it started to really shift.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel. Oh. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. What's up, Nye?
What's the question?
Your thoughts on Elizabeth from chapter 0 to now?
Oh, okay. I was kind of alright. Yeah, that's fair. She's cool. Like I like her. Like initially, I didn't care much for her. I thought she was kind of an annoying damsel in distress a character. Really, a lot of my perception on this series really changed with that one revelation with the curse. That kind of flipped Taizai on his head for me, and I kind of started to understand what the story was really about. So that was like a game changer. I like Goddess Elizabeth way more than the previous Princess Elizabeth. I feel like what you had to do is you had to meld both personalities together. So she has her life, she lived that as whatever 17 years as Elizabeth. Then you bringing the memory she had as a goddess, and I think to me, this is what you get when you meld both those personalities together. So I have no issue with it. I like her like this. It's way more interesting to me than her. Million Sama, fuck off. Like like I like her like this way more. She's always been very kind, so and she get people to do things like that because of her kindness. So it's consistent to me.
What's up, Sundown?
I think Elizabeth is fine. I mean, like a lot of you, I don't really like the whole concept of the damsel in distress character she was playing at first. But I also don't like how, at the moment, she's kind of this really pacifistic individual who has the power to clap individuals, and she's just there not doing much of anything. So that's the one main point I have against her, because like we have Grimm out here basically saying that she can go out and clap people, but she doesn't do it, and she hasn't really shown herself to be capable of doing it, even though we know she could. And I just want to see her put in some effort. She needs to put in some effort for me.
Like her facing up against Estarossa, bro. Like you see that, and you're all like, "Oh, she could do that kind of shit. She just move him over there like that." Oh, for real, for real? Like yo, like where was that? Like I don't know, like forever ago. She's probably so badass. Exactly. Yeah. Like whenever she flexed, I was like, "What? Since when?"
Yeah, she has the capability, and she's shown it before. She just chooses not to do it again, and I'm just like, move your ass and do something.
What's up, Eagle?
Well, I mean, with Elizabeth, I was always kind of. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I hate to say it like this, but I always kind of knew, or more so had the feeling that she was going to be really important early in the series, anyway, based on just like subtle foreshadowing type shit. Like I remember, before you knew that she was What did the earring reveal? Did the earring reveal that she was the princess? You know,
Yeah.
just shit like that. When I saw that one panel specifically devoted to the earring, you know, shit like that. It's just you can tell she was going to be important throughout the series. But as far as like the power thing you guys have been talking about, I mean, I guess it doesn't really bother me as much as most of you. I just, I guess I don't know. I gotta take the series as it comes. I'm not.
I respect
It's
that.
more of a series where they're already OD, and we're just kind of seeing shit as they're showing it to us. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I can respect that.
I think I also agree with that. Mostly that, like, to me, she's always been relevant. I often confuse her or call her the main character of the story because even when Meliodas is dead or whatever, she's still present. She's still pushing things along. She even moved the entire narrative of the story along in the beginning, with her endeavor to protect Leonis. So, in reference to like her importance, I've always felt that like she hasn't really been lacking too much. If anything, the emphasis that we have on her rightfully has caused some of the other things to be lacking. Like Diane, I know we talked about that on the last podcast, me and Zarso, how like Diane's been like basically shitted on in terms of like anything. We don't even know what the fuck her story's about, period, besides her getting her memories back and dealing with like descent from her family. So with Elizabeth coming out to this point, being so prominent, we've seen her strength in the past, her strength now currently, her beauty, her ability to assist her comrades around her, her ability to assist her enemies. I'm excited for this next prospect. She's flying with the rest of Stigma. She's coming with the rest of Stigma. We saw her take down 2 Indras 3,000 years ago. I have no reason to believe that Elizabeth isn't as strong as Mael right now. Zero reason. But I'm gonna let y'all niggas, get at me on that later on. Let's hop on the page 2 because we just took like 20 minutes on that.
Dead ass.
All right, so this reincarnation shit. Let's hop into that real fast.
Fire. Plain and simple. Just fire. Just it's just cool.
No, I disagree. I don't like it. It's not that I don't like. It's not that I don't like the idea of him like doing basically a soul society thing. A soul reaper here will bridge your soul. Will be the bridge to get you to where you got to go. I just don't like the fact that it happened to Oslo. Like, where was this ability before? And the whole fucking for a previous life soul to be reincarnated into a new life with asterisks with its prior memories intact. I'm like, so wait a minute. Oslo had a feeling or kind of knew he was Ro, but didn't really know. Now this time he's going to know he was Ro, or is he going to know he was just a dog, or is he going to know both? And like, seriously, like, so he had a shitty reincarnation the first time. Now he's going to get the deluxe package off a FedEx truck. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't think it's gonna like that crazy though. I don't think it's that crazy. Simply because. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, from what I'm getting from this, you're just coming back. I'm not sure if like you're gonna have memories from a previous life, like we were talking about earlier from Ro, because also is a technical reincarnation of Ro. So I'm assuming he's just gonna remember what it is for when he spent his time with King. It doesn't seem too broken. Because apparently, like...
Oh, it's not broken. I'm not complaining about the brokenness. I just don't like the fact that they're, like... I don't know. Like, if it was done to Mon Speetenderrier, I would have been okay with it. But a character that was already reincarnated, that was, like, the big thing, and him sacrificing himself, basically another plot device to say, well, he might come back at the final chapter of the series. We might see a puppy Oslo in the Fairy King's Forest. Like, that to me, kind of ruined the whole sacrifice that he did. Because basically, Ro got shitted on. Oslo got shit on like their whole lives. They never got to be who they wanted to be or be with who they wanted, and like then they sacrificed themselves for the good of the fairies, not once but twice.
Yeah, but that's I guess that could be like pointed out, but it's not like that's just an aside though. Like regardless, they're not going to be intertwined or affecting the story again. Regardless, my whole thing is that.
And remember, Oslo belonged to Jahard for a long time, so he was with her for like a long ass time.
There was a panel where whenever we got the reveal of Mael's true sin against Gauther, where he was cutting down those demons. Now, I don't remember the exact drawing and how it looked, but why can't you do this to every person you kill? Because if that's the case, because we in all the translations we've seen, he talks about giving salvation. And this is a literal technique of giving salvation. he literally spoke about returning back in a different vessel, about killing demons and having them return back in a purified vessel. So, are we supposed to believe or understand that this is the technique that he does after killing someone?
I mean, potentially, or maybe he, like it was your opinion. Dirty demons, they don't get my fucking, my super badass.
He was more
Reincarnation.
indifferent than. Hold on, because the way he used to speak, he sounded a little bit different than Ludisha. Ludisha would say that, but he was all like, "No, I'm giving you salvation. That's what I was taught. I was taught to give you salvation. I am the angel of death." So, and I would assume if after killing demons, you'd be like, you know what, come back in a better body, not as a demon, as something else, and would basically just force him into reincarnation.
We gotta wait to get more info because that would literally.
Well, I don't know that he was just doing it willy nilly like that. He kind of implied that there might be a penalty for doing it just for two of them.
What do you say?
Yeah, he turns around to Garth and he's like,
the hammer
"I'll
might
take the
come
blame."
down on his ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wait, he said what? You guys said at the same time.
He was just implying that the hammer might come down on his ass for just kind of overstepping his own bounds to just reincarnate two souls like that.
Yes, it's right here. If there will be any punishment meted for reincarnation of them, then I shall accept it.
And could that be because he reincarnated a demon soul and he's not supposed to?
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that throws out
Maybe.
saying, yep. All right.
Or we could look at it as just any soul angel. Like he could be of the rank of angels that are allowed to just reincarnate people whenever they want, but it might just be something that's exclusive to the supreme deity. And he
does has a title, the Angel of Death. So I would assume so. You can't just tell me, I'm not allowed to reincarnate people. Like I kill people. Like that's my name. The Angel of Death. Like I'm like.
yeah, but
Fair.
there's a
What do you
difference
think?
Maybe it's just a
between
balance.
What was
Maybe
that?
there's like a balance to everything, and every time that he does that, it gets slightly off or something. And he's just gonna take responsibility for that.
I mean, when you think about it, that chick that he killed ended up turning into Gother, and that ended up fucking him up in the first place. So, is what it is.
That's not reincarnation, bro.
You could you could
He
say in a sense you could say that he created Gother. He created like Mael killing Gother's chick, Mael what's called Gother coming back fucking up Mael, and then Gother creating basically like a new chick essentially. You can't say that that's not technically an idea, like an allusion to it. Not exactly, but an illusion.
Well, you can see whatever you want in your illusions. I ain't seeing that shit.
Crazy.
Do you guys even think Derriere wanted to be reincarnated without Monspeed?
No.
Wow, that is a good question.
No.
That's fucked.
Maybe Monspeed comes back.
Yeah.
Maybe he reincarnated.
Boy,
Goddamn
Hey.
son of a bitch.
So
No.
Are we assuming that flash that we saw after she died was indeed the afterlife? It wasn't some like memory of her as she dies or something?
I would say it's some type of afterlife. I mean, we have no indication. Do all the souls go to purgatory, or do they go to heaven, or do they go to the demon realm, or does it depend on did you follow the ironically the 10 Commandments in life? Like what's the deal? Or do they all go to the necropolis? Because we saw that. So it's hard to say.
All right. The next part is Elizabeth and Mael. We all know the heated situation that this was supposed to be. And Elizabeth handled it like an adult, bro. No booty involved, none of that shit.
No booty.
So, well, top to bottom, what are you guys' thoughts on Elizabeth and Mael?
The chick and the cuck. That's about it.
Bro.
Hold on.
Stop saying
What?
that.
What?
The chick and the cuck. That's what it is.
Oh.
It is, isn't it?
Jeez.
It just,
Okay.
this is what it is. I mean, okay. At the end of the day, it's obviously she wants to deal with whatever bullshit has happened in the last 2,000 years because obviously that's fucked. Because Mael was someone important to her. I hope they came to some kind of acknowledgement of what's going on, but again, like we all know that Mael was out here kind of like looking for Elizabeth, and it's like I'm kind of into the demon kid. That was essentially like the big crux of the issue. So who knows what's gonna go on right now? Who knows what Mael's really being driven by? I mean, think about it. What do you think would happen if Mael found the perfect chance to kill Meliodas right now if he gets to Camelot? If you were to get together a lot,
No,
they're fighting,
no.
and you would take the chance.
He's too emotionally fragile at the
no,
moment.
Really, think about it. He kills Meliodas. He gets Elizabeth.
No, that he knows that that's not how it works. He just pulled that stunt. He was a demon when he tried to pull that stunt. He tried to take her a second time. It didn't work.
Amen.
He's not
Remember, nobody's perfect in this series.
Yeah, but he's
Bond literally tried to kill Meliodas while they were trying to save Elizabeth. So all
Yes.
I'm saying, you never know. You never know.
Well,
Damn.
I think
All right,
I think
you got
like
a little bit of support. All right.
his story for me is kind of done.
It would make sense with the allegiance thing. Like, for example, right now we're all speculating on which side this motherfucker's going to come back on. We were told that he's going to come back to his body. We were told that his feelings returning were going to make him immensely powerful. But we don't know what allegiance he'll have when he does that. Now, with this setup, especially with fucking 4 of Sigma's leaders coming back now, it's starting to really, really look like this motherfucker's going to come back as an evil demon. So, it wouldn't be out of the question to see Mael having to face Meliodas and the rest of the guys, and then him having a chance to kill him. And then him faltering emotionally, something like that, because, he's killed all these people. This is the person that he loves, actual lover. So, I could see something emotional happening there, but... Alright, Zara, so I'll give you credit for that. Alright.
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
Well,
Isn't it?
Sorry, Manga. Go ahead.
Oh, isn't it convenient that Mael's back as soon as the original demon came back?
Elaborate.
Like, isn't it just interesting that now they have like this angelic powerhouse, now that they have this demon powerhouse, and it's like if I don't know how powerful King is right now, but if Escanor is like not even making a dent, then I feel like Mael's gonna come into the picture and like that's who he's gonna fight, whether they both die or whatever. Like that's gonna be Mael's purpose in the story right now, is to help with taking out that demon.
Maybe.
Whoa.
I agree with that. Having seen what happened now, but I hate it. I want the band to do it.
Yeah. I wanted Bond to do it. Yeah.
I forgot about. Oh, where the fuck is Bond?
He just getting it. He's just getting that.
He took a halftime break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even notice that.
He's coming in at the fourth quarter. He's right now. It's halftime. He's sleeping.
Bond's he suddenly remembered where he has Kuroshu's placed, so he's just gone to get that, and then he'll come back.
He fucking better.
Yeah, he went to go.
It's been a long minute since we last seen him with Kuroshu's. I think maybe in a flashback.
Hey man, like listen, all I'm saying is I want to see this guy out here, holy rod in hand.
Holy rod.
Oh well, I
That's
mean,
what it is,
when he drops his pants, I mean, he can hold on to it, buddy.
Bro, that's what I'm about to say, bro.
Hey,
That's what you're after. This ain't a hentai.
Mama Hawk was on the battlefield, bro. You already know where Bond is with Elaine. He's in there. Take care of these cheeks and shit, bro.
Having a clapping contest
Right before
Man.
the war, dog. You already
Yo, that
You got
honestly,
we all got to prison for that.
the kiss was like
Yeah.
a little like. I mean, she's like
I
1,000 years old or something like that, but it's like
He literally
Lolicon,
lost
fan
her.
I
service.
felt
Like,
that way too,
come
bro.
on.
I felt that
We
way
ain't
too.
about that lolly shit, man.
Amen. Remember this. She's a fairy. Relax.
Yeah, but at the end,
It's not that deep. She's literally.
she had a semi at
Bestiality?
least acceptable teenage looking form, and then she loses it just for Bond to kiss the kid version again. No,
Right.
done.
Hey man,
That was a little,
What's up there?
it's
I
anime.
guess, it is what it
take
is,
the good with the bad.
It's
Exactly.
what
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
anime. It's like, you take the good with the bad. Like you knew what
gotta-
you were here for.
you gotta mead through the shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just keep on trudging. Keep on trudging.
Nah,
It's not
bro.
that. It's not that.
You the
deep.
same nigga who gave us fucking Elaine's measurements and shit. That's fucking
I didn't
stupid.
give I didn't give it back.
Fuck outta here.
Even Griever agreed that she had a more adult, appropriate form, and then she went back, and I said yeah, because that's what happened when she transformed in the first place. Her hair got longer, and she got a little bit taller. So I would say right
And
now,
titties,
even
too.
King, exactly, titties out. Hashtag titties out. That's doing right now. Comment section below.
Got
Shameless plug. Anyway.
No, we can't be encouraging that freaking lolly shit, man. That's just
Oh no, I'm a
not
sundown.
about that life.
Not it.
All
No.
I'm saying is, when it comes to people's forms, people change, whatever. I would say King right now is definitely a little bit taller. Everyone says that he's not. Come on, don't play. He clearly got a little bit taller. He's
Oh yeah,
handsome.
he is.
King is clean as fuck right now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
right there.
Yep.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like just to give just to calm Grimm down a little bit, I will say King right now looking pretty fly. Like we all gotta agree. Like moving on to the next page, this kid is looking hella fresh, dapper. I feel the Hellbrum with little tie and the scarf and everything. I was like, ooh, boy,
Yeah.
what are you dressing up for just for a holy war, just strolling around? Huh?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I'm not looking at the page right now, but isn't he wearing like white brogues with like a black tux or something?
Yeah.
He's got the white robes on, yo. That shit is hot.
Hold on, Brett.
Yo.
You gotta correct
My
this
God.
because this is definitely appropriate old English fucking attire and shit. What is
He's
that
looking
shit
so
called?
regal right now, dude. He is
Amen.
king.
Hold on, Sundown. What is that shit called in the center? The little thingy?
But the little like hanky frill thing.
Yeah.
Handkerchief or no.
I'm
No,
not-
it's actually called something. Sabo's got one too in One Piece. I forget what the fuck that thing's called.
I don't know, man. Like, I might be from the same place, but we don't wear that shit.
You know what? Crazy. You don't wear that shit. Not today. Not this day and age.
You know you learned about that
No,
shit in
not
school.
anymore.
Sundown. You had to wear that shit for Thanksgiving. You know you did.
You saw him out here, keenly and everything out here. It's all like, yes. White.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Any more thoughts before we move on about the Elizabeth Mael relationship?
Oh yeah.
I wish it was more fleshed out.
Say again.
I wish it was more fleshed out because we know like he has a crush on her or whatever, but I would have liked to have seen like more of their interaction because it just seems like it was placed there. Like, oh, Mael has a crush on Elizabeth. There you go.
Nice.
It's like, yeah.
What's up, Vince? Or Sundown, I think it was. It was gonna work.
Yes, sir. All right. So what I was thinking was, we have Mael, and you guys were talking about how he might possibly get an opportunity to take out an evil Meliodas without his personality coming back. But he's already displayed the ability to reincarnate someone with their previous memories. So if he was given the chance to take out Meliodas, there's another Archangel, and possibly even, I'm not sure why Elizabeth hasn't tried this, but I suppose because of their curse. But if he took out Meliodas and then reincarnated him, would that be something that could move the story forward?
I was actually thinking about that for Elizabeth as well, because if the goddess gave her an eternal variation of the spell, it seems, because even Mael said, like you pointed out, that he has to ask permission or have permission to do this, then could he intervene with the spell? Or like, could he have some type of like adverse effect with it? Because obviously Merlin can't absolute cancel it. She knows about the spell or about the curse. She has full knowledge of it, but she hasn't attempted any type of magical ability to afflict that. Meliodas, we know for a fact, for at least 3,000 years, has been mentally aware of what was going on, and he still hasn't come up with something to deal with it. So,
Right.
I doubt that this technique can do anything about it.
Exactly.
I don't think Mael can intervene, though. I do think that it's going to be something unconventional that's going to screw up the curse in some way.
Do you
Yeah, 'cause
yourself? Good.
I get the feeling that Meliodas will have to like give his life to break the curse or some shit like that, like fuel his life energy into it, and then possibly be brought back by this technique.
That would have been way cooler if Bon had given up the eternal youth thing somehow and used his heal spell to like screw up, like maybe extend Elizabeth's time or something.
Or fuck around with the curse. Essentially, it's like use the power of like that the curse has over you in some way, kind of like how Bond with the holy with the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
To some degree. That, I mean, it's viable, especially if like if they come up with some broken ass power that allows them to fuck around with said curse. Because I mean, Bond did it with Gift, and the ruler has some pretty stupid inversion shit. So I wouldn't even be surprised. It's possible.
Yeah. And I do like the fact, like you guys were all saying, like maybe like Meliodas and Mael, like maybe that'll go toe to toe or something like that. Like there's something there. I think it's going to be more Mael's character has finally come full circle. He sees the evilness of what his brother did. He sees what he did was wrong, and I think it's gonna be more about him and Rudesiel having to. He's gonna have to probably his brother's gonna be like, you betray me too now, Mael, or something like that, and there's gonna be a thing between them. He's not gonna want to fight him, but he's gonna stand with Meliodas and Elizabeth, and Rudesiel's gonna bring it up like, he took the one you love, he did this, he did that, he's a no good dirty demon, and Mael's gonna be like, I know all that, but I know that's not Elizabeth's fault, that's not Meliodas's fault. She wants him, not me. You're the one at fault here, brother. I have to live with this, you know. Like, I think Mael's matured.
I'm just sad that Guild Thunder isn't gonna
Moving
get flashed.
on,
So that's what it is.
bro,
I was gonna say.
I swear, your throat is like a garden for his dick, bro. He's just sitting there chilling and shit, bro.
Crazy.
Like a straight bed for them niggas ball sack.
I'm trying to see Guild Thunder some feats again. I'm trying to see Guild Thunder.
Every stream you out there,
Thunder with
Guild
some feats, right? And like it's wrong, but you can go ahead and have King's spear down your throat. Literally, like,
how's it?
out your anus. He has
Oh my God.
down his anus, and like you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong for like trying to hype up somebody who's literally been shitted on for like most.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Manga, what were you trying to say, Manga Fairy?
Go ahead, Manga.
No, like those comments just caught me off guard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Agreed. I'm using you as the excuse, though. Manga Fairy, you're the excuse to stop it, though. Move on to anything.
anything.
Alright,
Segue.
Fuck.
Let's
It's a lot of responsibility.
I got one.
Hold on a second.
King's thing is a cabaret.
The tree that King the tree that King sprouted was utilized to bring up some clothes and stuff. I think Griever mentioned before the stream that the appearance resembles what Helmbro more. What are you guys' thoughts on the outfit and like in that whole setup?
Yes.
Beautiful homage.
Yeah, it's very similar, though it's the more sleek Elvis looked version of it, but it's like the black tie version of Helbrum's like suit.
Yeah, I just feel kind of weird about it because I'm like, yeah, it's cool. He looks swag as shit, but that's not exactly what I'd wear to fight someone with what he describes a terrifying aura. So I mean, like a hanky won't come in handy.
No, the cabaret, and we found out what it was. Yeah. Also, if you guys look at page 7, when he says we cannot just sit here waiting around forever, I swear that I could mistake that for Helbrum. I know it's a faraway shot, but look at that hairstyle. That ain't King. That's friggin' that's Helbrum's hair.
Oh, when he's flying in?
Yeah, I don't know if I can
No,
see
when
that.
page 7, right below Deanne sitting down, below that, and you see like King from a distance, like just the hair. It's not colored in. It doesn't look like the same style or length. It looks like Helbrum's hairstyle. I was like, that's weird. When did Helbrum show up?
That shit looks like a mullet.
Oh shit! Who is it?
Be right back.
Damn.
All right. Does anybody else have any thoughts on King's new outfit with these shoes? These church shoes, bro.
Yeah. Are we gonna comment on how Diane was heavy breathing when she saw him?
Yo, she was flowing.
We were all heavy breathing when we saw it.
Yo,
Man,
come on now.
I kind of agree.
Look,
No,
that's when you are the fairy king. That's how you roll into battle. Dapper as fuck. He ain't worried about. He's not gonna get a scuff on those brogues. Nah, he's got a fight ahead of him for real though. But
It's clean. He got drip.
and the hairstyle, man, it's good. It's fine. King's clean. King's clean.
That back view though of that mullet though. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it's so long. It's ridiculously long.
Hey, don't play. It's fun. Leave it alone. All right.
So guys, I gotta take off. I got family here. So Merry Christmas to all y'all. Thanks for
Merry Christmas.
What's offensive? I don't celebrate. I'm joking.
You be offensive all you fucking want. I don't care. I'm not saying happy holidays. I say Merry fucking Christmas. So take it as a thing. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next time. And Escanor, what's going on there? Discuss. See ya.
He's getting fucked.
And then, all right. So we hopped
Escanor.
onto the Diane's falling in love with King. So what about? I guess it's not really a huge plot point, but it should be. Mael choosing to assist him. Like, I know we kind of like walked right over, but he was indeed once again still reluctant to join them and assist them. So, any thoughts on Mael in its entirety? Like, do you guys not want him here, or like besides what I think it was Manga mentioned earlier? Or
I think he's.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I don't think that he was reluctant to join them because it's like, oh, I have ulterior motives. I think he was just like so like. I think he just hates himself to a point where he's like, I don't even want to do anything because I'm just gonna fuck everything up, you know.
Most I can do is just like offer my assistance here because I can't like at least like that's how I see it like him at this point because look at him, he's kind of fucked. He really fucked up. Like he literally got two of the four archangels killed. That's how bad Mael fucked up since he got back. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so like Manga Fairy was saying, I mean, like his reluctance is more along the lines of him being completely guilt-ridden at this point, rather than not wanting to help.
I kind of go more so the vibe that he just doesn't really feel like he has a place anymore. I mean, he was. Yeah. I think it was manipulated to do all that stuff, so I don't think he blames himself, but only to a certain degree. Like he didn't really have like the controller of himself, so he feels like he's done so much against his brothers, he can't help them anymore because he killed two of them with his own hands. But at the same time, he doesn't want to help the Demon Clan because that goes against who he is. So he just doesn't really know where to go or what to do at all. And secondly, like nobody would accept him too, and then Elizabeth came out with the acceptance.
Hell yeah, the princess motherfucker. I related to it in terms of like sports. I remember like in high school and stuff like that, if you'd miss a game or if you'd miss a week of practice, something like that, and then you came back to the team, there was a certain stigma or feeling in the air of like, where were you, or like accountability to what your actions were. And I kind of feel like it's a similar feeling, but to obviously an exponential degree, because he he didn't miss practice, he killed his brother.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that like the shame is probably like, yeah, the shame of Mael. We should call him that, the shame of Mael. But let's get it popping on this Escanor versus the OG motherfucking demon, bro.
Original.
Gang. All right, so thoughts on
you went full ape. Oh man.
Full ape. Full, like that proud lion. Look at that, like that specimen.
I'm rooting for the OG demon here, bro.
You need to pull your pants back up.
Chusak didn't look like he was sweating it too hard.
Honestly, Chusak didn't seem like he was sweating at all. He seemed fun. He's like he was having fun.
I don't know what I should take from that, man.
It's kind of really reminiscent of the, what do they call it, the flowing water rock crushing from One Punch. The way the animation, kind of the drawing is. It's kind of cool.
Really?
Just the way they're like the lining is showing like the directions their attacks are coming from and going.
I would say the best part. I would say the best part of that spread was probably the fact the bit underneath where it showed like just like the shock from like their clashes, literally like causing the ground to split.
Yeah.
Back. Like just repulsion. So you know that if you come in there, like you could try to fight these guys, but like they'd probably smash through most of your weapons and everything, unless like you have custom everything, custom armor, custom powers, custom everything. Because no, not that. That's Apex tier. That's Apex tier. No bitches allowed.
I like the double spread. It's cool. That's all I got to say.
Trash.
I was happy with the scaling between Escanor and the original demon. I thought, yeah, the original demon's got to clap some ass. Because Escanor gets cut across the chest. He's bleeding from the mouth. I think he gets a nice kick. His teeth drop out or some shit. He ain't got no front teeth no more.
And now
it's honestly like about fucking time.
Yeah,
now you're looking pretty.
Yeah, so I was really happy about that. And then the best part has to be Merlin just getting wrecked.
Of course, the best part. before that, it says he's thing says which was called him Trusak. Trusak said like even at your peak at high noon is all you got. So is he in the one? Like I'm confused.
Nah. We would.
Yeah, we
That's
had
what
a
it is.
we were.
It's kind of the impression that I got too. But like again, like the one when it was originally shown, it was like it did not look like that.
No,
It
it's
did.
not. It's not.
Grimm's got you.
Yeah, we had to cross reference the translations. As of right now, for the viewers, we only have 2 available. I Am Gur and Manga Stream. But in I Am Gur, it states that he's out of the form and that this is what he has left and that he's talking shit about it.
Out of the boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. While here it says that he's in.
Because that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Plus,
But then that still gives like him the crutch. Was like, well, if he was in the one.
Hey man,
bro,
listen,
that's
But
what I was
still,
gonna
it's
say,
nice. It's
too, bro.
nice to see him getting humbled and then seeing the other sins elevate themselves to his level because it's about fucking time, to be honest.
this is the decline of Eskin. So like, I mean, who knows?
He's dying.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Not dying, but power.
Okay.
Not dying, but like his power is like waning because
He's
that's
dying.
like the whole idea. You think that Eskin would return back, like into like a small form, like afternoon, but he shouldn't. In reality, he should decline in power after he hits his peak. So
Yeah.
anything below that, and then like he go below. Anyone who could match him throughout the one and then like after like 12 o'clock is ridiculous. But this guy came through right after that, so he's already fucked. He's already fucked.
This is off topic, but I would say probably fighting Escanor as he's getting to 12 o'clock is probably tougher than fighting him after 12 o'clock.
Yeah, because he's declining. He's declining after that.
It's just mounting strength. It's like the whole Phoenix Man thing in One Punch. Like as long as his strength continues to mount,
I agree with that.
yeah, it'll be more difficult.
Yeah.
But I agree with the sentiment that like I'm tired of this man being a plot tool for every problem. Like to see him actually encounter somebody who's not just gonna take a knee to him, even motherfucking Zeldris, bro. Like it was. Please don't get me wrong when I say like the chapter was hype, the fight was hype. But like just seeing him overcome that obstacle by just slamming his hand down on him, and it was 1 chapter's worth of shit. It was super anticlimactic. So
Right.
to have a motherfucker that's like not only going toe to toe with him, but is like assaulting him and isn't really like being flinched by it.
He kicking his shit in.
Exactly. Exactly. That makes sense. My only thing is that like, what time of day is it? Because I don't want this to be some bullshit where like. The OG Demon's only doing this well because, like Nia said, because he's out of the one form. Like, that's more ass-pull bullshit.
Well, he's already assumed the one form, so you'd assume it's sometime after high noon.
Yeah, but
I
how
would
long?
say-
Is it like 2 hours?
I
Or
would
is
say
it like, an hour?
it's either
ago?
that-
You know?
It's either that or the fact that he's using the power that's in Rita to power himself right now. So he's kind of on stored energy. Think like Superman. If Superman could hold sunlight in his cells and not have to worry about recharging, he's just using the power that he has.
That would be OD.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd say it's like 10 to 20 minutes after noon.
If you
And
want to
just-
put like a time on it, yeah, like go ahead.
I mean, no, it has to be
That's what it
the
is.
Rita thing because True Night is still out. Look at the
Exactly,
panel,
yeah,
when
that's how
he's
too.
looking away. So,
That's fair.
Damn.
But the key thing with
So-
this. Okay.
Good.
No, sorry. Is this power like just limited then? Like I think the demon would be like kicking ass no matter what, but like does that? So are we figuring out that that's probably an issue as well?
No, it's just one of those things where it's like it still gives him that like the crutch where it's like anyone could be like, well, if he was still in the one or this and that, like maybe he could have done this. But like I still don't think he had any chance against the original demon alone, personally. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scanner stands will find a way to.
Especially with the fact that like the original demon could just do that, like do this in the first place because it's Trusak. So think about it. The techniques from both Cusack and Chandler are right there, but all at his disposal. That's retarded. That's absolutely retarded.
That's OD.
Please don't say that on stream.
Well, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
So a cruel sun didn't work on the OG demon either, and then immediately after that, I'm not sure if he blew his breath or threw wind or screamed or if that's like another blast or something, but something overwhelmed Merlin's exterminate ray and fucked her over like badly.
He fired a beam straight out of his mouth.
Did anybody make of that picture? Like, what is it exactly? What do you think it is?
It looks like a breath attack. Demons are known for using that. You had what's his name? The guy who had Zeldris's commandment. He had evil breath, something to like this extent.
Evil breath? Is that what it was called?
Yeah. That technique was called evil breath. This looks like something similar to it, but it looks like it's just him just firing an unnamed attack. It just looks like he's overpowering her.
I did see an attack from one of the fodder demons that wasn't Hellblaze. It was like some fire shit and then something else.
Yeah.
All right. That's fuck, man. Get off the Merlin hate train, bro. She's nothing but beauty.
I'm not. I'm not. I love Merlin like for everything. It's like, you know what? She has to explain some. Because like she explains bits and pieces of like how like magic really works in the series, but it's just like we really just don't know shit.
Should we expect this to be her injury to be an issue later on in the fight, or is it just regular?
Not really.
Yeah, it's Merlin. I mean, like especially once King comes back, he's just going to be giving everyone drops of life all over the place.
Pawn gardens left and right.
So then, I mean, all right.
And then you have Elizabeth too. You got like all the heroes coming through like dead ass.
Let me ask you this then: how strong should the enemy be then? If we have Bond, King, Merlin, Escanor, Mael, all juggernauts.
He about to get his ass whooped.
He's gonna get slapped up.
Yeah.
But then again, remember we have Zeldris. So if Zeldris pulls out any other fucking retarded techniques, I mean, crazy techniques.
Please stop saying that word.
My bad.
Yeah.
If he keeps using these wild techniques against Ludish, because remember we haven't even seen Zeldris this chapter, so we don't even know what he's doing. We don't know what's happening with Gil Thunder and Hendrickson either.
That page 14, I think that's him.
You think? Because it's only because all I see is
Escanor.
That's Escanor, and then you have Merlin getting blasted. That's it. You don't see the others.
Why is he just standing there looking? They look so close in that picture.
Probably perspective. Like, oh, you know what? No, it's because Merlin teleported behind him, and then he like turned his head because he knew where she was gonna pop up at, and then basically like shot her down like immediately. So it's probably I guess that's a feat.
He used his feet again to bust that nigga in the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All he's been doing is dominating this whole fight. That's all he's really been doing this whole fight.
But I fully think the original demon, once the whole kind of crew pops up with all the sins, Mael, Reduciel's still there. We got Westman's like Gil Thunder and stuff like that. But he's gonna get clapped. I mean, like, there's nothing really. He's meant to be incredibly powerful and stuff, but the fact that an attack from Chastity Fall right at the end bloodied up his mouth, it doesn't look very good for him.
Especially if like King comes down and starts using like more of his new shit. It's like, yo, new King, if this panel says that it spells anything, it spells doom for this man. He's gonna get beat up by a fairy.
Well, I was actually gonna use the opposing viewpoint because technically every single first form Chastity Fall we've seen in a large form is mountain level, if not mountain range level. Every single one. And besides one where when he used it against Mael in the fight, King, where he didn't detonate it. But every other time the first form Chastity Fall has been detonated. When it's a true Chastity Fall, excuse me. So I'm like, this is broken as fuck for him to have just blocked it and taken this damage. Or is that saying that King is this verifying King's strength? Which viewpoint should you go?
Verifying King's strength, because my man threw this from a distance to begin with. And when you look at King, there's absolutely zero effort in his face, lack of struggle at all. This is just a minor attack for him. So like, I can tell Grimm's already like getting hype as fuck, and he's just dying in the back. But
this some Rudicil, this Ida shit, bro. Like,
yeah, but like it looked like he was just like waving his fingers and shit. We didn't even know Chastity Fall had been thrown, and he did this
That's
in
what
his
I'm
sleep.
saying. That shit was OD.
Didn't oh shit, sorry. I always keep cutting people off.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Didn't they say at one point that once King formed his true like fairy form, he'd be like the strongest fairy king that's ever existed?
Yes.
Yes.
And this
So
is proof.
That's what Gloxinius did.
yeah. So wouldn't it make sense if the original demon that's like an ancient like being wouldn't be able to handle something that's like new and like modern? You know what I mean?
Like modern, like
I
the
was-
modern
Yeah.
day new like prodigy of like like a clan.
I was trying
Yeah,
to do a
exactly.
whole like species comparison thing, like the pinnacle of a demon compared to the pinnacle of a fairy type shit. I guess it fits in that aspect, in my belief. Like, you know, the strongest of another race, why couldn't he be equal to the strongest of a different race? But I don't know if the new age thing is it exactly. Because this old ass geezer's fucking on Mael, but his powers, I don't know.
I understand. I feel fair. I feel like I understand. It's like you have King that just came out now, just like Escanor. Escanor is something that came out like at like what 40 some odd years ago compared to 3,000 years ago when you had like a crap ton of dudes just coming around fighting like mad. You had the original demon like out there 3,000 years ago, but then you have him facing off against this new power now. He
Mhm.
probably would have been more dangerous, if the sun was out, just like Naya said, and he's all like, you got that crutch. But who knows?
Shit.
All I'm saying is, yes, there are individuals that like are far that's like apex tier for each one. Like, Dolores, perfect example. You don't have giants like that. Like, there's like no giant like that. Like that's something special.
So, all right. Continuously, day in and day out, I get comments about people saying that King, when he defeated Mael, wasn't at 200k, or he wasn't around there. Does this confirm that King is stronger than 200k?
Yes.
I'll wait for the author to tell me so,
I don't really.
and I'll tell you,
pay
and I'll
much
explain
attention
why
to
later.
power level.
Would you say something?
I
Or go ahead.
I
I
think
don't
to an
really-
extent.
Carry on.
Well,
Yeah.
just because I don't know who's supposed to talk.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, I think to an extent because I mean, if Escanor, what's Escanor's power level? Like typically, like the average.
I think the highest recorded was like 100, 14,000.
Yeah, 114.
Well,
and then and then
Yeah,
Meliodas
and
had his at like 140 something, and then he topped over that, so he's over 100, like 140. So
yeah,
he goes
because you
above
guys just said that like King just sent the Chastity-Full over, and now this guy has blood coming from his mouth, and King has like 0 strain on his face. So like that kind of shows like something's up. Like there was definitely like a huge jump there. So I would say to an extent, I don't know about fully. We have to like see what he can do. But so far, it's like adding up.
I don't know if power levels or combat class even really matters anymore.
It
I like
doesn't.
this guy.
It
Yeah.
all just says highest recorded power level is not high at all, and it took the one to stop
Right.
him.
Exactly.
But in addition to that, I said, if anything, I said with King when this King versus Mael, like I said, I feel like when it comes to King, his spirit maybe is not bad. His magic is probably incredibly high, but his physical is probably like a 5. So I always feel like
What the hell? He
when
a
it
10.
came to okay, I'm even 10. When it comes to the magic category, I feel like he completely outclassed Mael. That's why he was able to kind of like dummy him the way he did. But I
Yeah.
think this proves that his power level or combat class, whatever, has to be at least comparable.
Okay, bet.
But I don't think it matters anymore because, like I said with Zeldris, his highest recorded power level wasn't that high, and he lost the commandment.
What
And he lost the commandment. Yeah,
That's
so
what I've been saying the whole time. This dude Zeldris has like what, maybe like 50, 60, 80, right? Like 80,000 for a combat class, but it's like he's able to like top someone who's like over 200k, and people are all like, oh,
Bro,
but like
Merlin has less than 8,
even-
and she took on
Exactly.
2 people with 170.
yeah.
exactly. And I'm like, for
And,
real?
and,
Oh.
and then I get in the back in the argument like what's the point of introducing this crap if you're just gonna throw it out the window, which is why I will say quantifying my power level is 500,000 more stronger than your power level numerically is such a lazy running the way. I hate
It's
that.
great.
It's stupid. It's literally the one thing about the sins that bothered me the most in the series. I hate that he did that.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it doesn't bother me because it was already stated that the power levels wouldn't have ever mattered in the first place. It was already stated there like the minute they were brought up. Like literally. Like,
Then why bring it up? What's the point?
Yeah.
as a fact. Just
show me how. Just show me. Don't tell me his power level is numerically 100,000 stronger than your power level.
It's gonna be. I mean, let's be honest now. It's normally shown in the first place anyway. Like this is just like us being shown. King is this powerful, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how powerful this guy is. Like King can do damage.
No, because the point is to make it like I can't believe it's common system. So people go, what? Oh, his power level's so high, and then after then he's gonna throw out the window.
It's over 9,000.
Exactly. Don't bring it up if you're just gonna discard it. It's so dumb. Like you could have things like, your hero class, S rank, this and that, the other. Like that's a general classification. It's not you are numerically this strong. Like mathematically you're this powerful. That's my issue. Like you could have bounties. There's so many ways you can do that without literally giving me a damn number. That's what I'm talking about. He kind of gave himself a crutch with the spirit, physical, and magic thing, which is why I never got too mad at it. But I still think it's dumb. It's lazy, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So why introduce it? What's the point?
I can definitely agree that it definitely hurts the story as far as like we're seeing it. I'm not sure why it's continuously done. That's one thing that I have to consider and I have to state. If these guys are indeed professionals and professionals make mistakes every single day, why is it that these stories have consistently utilized this feature? There has to be something positive that we just don't want to acknowledge or don't want to talk about, or it's not as shown as easily of it. But there is a positive reason as to why it's in here. Am I wrong for that, or like?
But I think it's just the numerical values are easier to understand and gain comprehension of. But for me, like any numerical value for power levels has always been useless information in this manga in particular. And just like when King had a bad vibe from the original demon spawning, that was enough. That's all you needed. Just a bad vibe. Like, oh shit, this dude's got a terrifying aura. Cool. We know he's powerful as shit. That's all you needed.
Let's go hit him with something stupid. And he does.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I don't necessarily have a complete problem with it. I do see the issues. Continuously, the issues are there, and it makes you decide which you want to use: the power level, the power scaling, or the facts. And when I use the facts, well, we talked about it earlier, how fucking Escanor is like the fourth strongest in the Sims. If we go with the facts, like. As much as we want to put it down, I don't think Escanor is the strongest anymore. Escanor can't kill Bond. Merlin just proved in the beginning of the story that fucking she can body any nigga stronger than her, several times stronger than her. She took away Meliodas' power. She fucking took care of these two demons at the same time.
It's bullshit.
Exactly. King just defeated a motherfucker with 4 commandments, bodied him, and he's now fighting, and he's now just fucking made a huge offensive against a very strong demon. Like. That the sun shit isn't as bright anymore. The more we go on with this, it's fading, and I'm kind of glad about that. Like I said, I don't think Escanor has been used exceptionally well after the Meliodas fight. After that, I've been on my hind foot with him, but it just makes me wonder how strong is King now. Is he gonna lead the 7 deadly sins until Meliodas returns?
Sorry, what I missed? I got a phone call.
Yeah, who's leading the sins now?
No,
right now.
Oh, wait. Like who's the leader, or like who's stronger?
Both.
Who's heading the sins now? Right now, it's King. King's heading like the main group of the sins right now. He's definitely in charge. He's got the speed and the forward, and the ability to press forward more firmly than any sins at this point. So he's definitely going to take a point. That's not what happens.
He's running the show for sure.
Yeah, I'd say King is kind of like the tactical and kind of physical leader in terms of we're gonna go and attack this, we're gonna do this, we'll move together like this. So he's kind of the strategic and physical leader, and then you have Elizabeth as kind of their constant reminder of what their goal is.
Yeah.
So she's kind of leading them mentally and emotionally.
I mean, Merlin said verbatim that Elizabeth's now the leader of the 7 deadly sins. But that's not the same.
In that regard, because they'll follow her.
Yeah, but that's not the same as like literally leading. So
I think King's the leader right now because it's like depicted even in that last panel. Everyone's following behind him, even Mael.
Right.
So.
Damn. So I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Here we go.
Which I motherfucking to the Rock King, nigga.
Yeah, there we go.
They told me he was weak as fuck. They told me Stigma trash. They told me this nigga can't do shit. They told me he's gonna lose to Mael, and now he's fucking on the original demon. 2 motherfuckers with 170 plus, bro. 2 of them at the same time formed one nigga, and now King's fucking on him with one form of the chastity fold. Just one, bro.
A lot of people don't like that though. They don't think it makes sense. I don't know if you see a lot of the backlash these chapters get sometimes. I do. Like I see like the good and the bad on my timeline. But a lot of people have not been liking this series since the Mael stuff, since the King stuff. Like, okay, yeah, it's cool, but they don't think it made sense for him to jump that high. And a lot of people really didn't like the Merlin stuff, and like it's been getting a pretty bad rap a lot from what I've been seeing though.
Yeah, the power scaling major dive. Like through this chapter is all right at the end. I was like, yep, power scaling's gone straight down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Part of it's just end game battle showing and stuff. That kind of tends to happen in the battle showing with end game. It just kind of shit kind of gets skewed a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's gotten so bad that he can't kind of redeem it or fix it, but it's definitely kind of went a little crazy.
I just don't get how that's the point. Like, if anything,
that's the meathead perspective. That's all that meatheads care about.
Yeah, we've gotten so many things from the beginning to show us certain things. It's not fair to say that the scaling is just completely fucked. Like, I agree, certain things are looking glaring right now. I'll say it myself. Fucking having Escanor burn through Zeldris, crazy as fuck. Having Merlin take on Chandler and fucking Kusa, crazy as fuck. But we've seen King's journey along the way. He fought Chandler. Yeah. He fought Chandler. That happened. I don't get the huge jump thing. Maybe for Mael, sure. That's 4 commandments, but
it's for me it's to do with Merlin's certainty that they were fucked as soon as the original demon came. Once she said that, that's basically implying she can teleport, by the way. She could have gone straight back to King, teleported all of them back. But even then, she was certain they'd lost. So just her certainty behind it, she was like, yeah, we're fucked. This is done. That's what convinced me.
I don't know, because that would be like taking into assumption that she understood the situation with King and Mael was going on. I could definitely agree that she's probably sensing their auras now and that things have calmed down, but because that even gives credence to what she was saying in this chapter about how she's waiting for King and the reinforcements to come. She must know or feel the strength of King right now. She must do that. It has to be present. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Panel of the week before we head out.
Okay.
Top to bottom, dog. Favorite picture of this chapter.
A scanner getting. Oh, never mind.
Getting bucked.
What's up, man?
Now you're looking pretty, kid. Now you're shitting pretty.
What's your favorite panel of the week, Zarso?
Honestly, probably the panel where he blocked Cruel Sun with the shield. Yo, that shield, like Loki was the shield for a minute. Like that was it. That was the shield.
You see the silhouette too when he drops the Cruel Sun. You see him right there in the center. It's really badass. What's up, Fairy?
For me, it'd probably have to be King's transformation and clothing, because I know that sounds like really like whatever, but he's had such like childish clothing and habits for a long time that ever since he's assumed his like true fairy form, it seems like he's been trying to mature. So the clothes, even though they're like, what the fuck, like this isn't like it's not suitable for battle, it's like just the maturity that comes with it. So I appreciate that.
Shit, I had to take the
I thought so.
picture, huh? Fucking Fairy. Naya, what's up? Panel of the week, bro.
I actually like the very last one with Diane, King, and like everyone else flying towards like the original demon. He's kind of in the front. He looks fearsome. He looking really cool. I like that panel.
You motherfucking way, bro. Taking this shit out. What's up, Sandow?
My favorite panel was the one with Gil Thunder in it. Oh wait, shit, he was in this chapter.
Nope, not today.
Yo, I was like, what the?
Maybe next time. Maybe next time. You know, maybe
Look
next
at that,
week.
Zaso. Your boy wasn't in the chapter.
Nope.
Waste, man.
Oh,
But,
what a waste.
yeah, my favorite panel has got to be Chastity 4 being blocked by the original demon. I mean, like, I didn't like the pass getting there, but the drawing is really well done.
Fucking slammed it to his ass. Shit was fucking badass, bro. What's up, Eagle?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Sundown. That top panel on the last page is just fucking beautiful. The impact from that, the just
Hey, that's
he pushed his ass back. You can see his feet dragging.
Hey.
He even had to. It looks like he even had to prop his ass up with the blade in his right hand. He had to say, "Oh, shit, man! Oh shit, man! He got some force behind him, man."
Typical anime shit. Oh damn.
Hmm?
I think my panel. Well, since I'm the realest nigga here, I'm picking two, bruh. I'm picking two. In the first one.
Right, I picked 2, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I picked 2.
I said the horse thing too.
Alright, I'm gonna pick 3.
All right, I'm adding Merlin and getting washed.
Yeah, exactly. Let's add more.
Alright, my favorite was when they were questioning where Mael was, and then he appeared above Diane and shit, all flexed out, buffed up, wings out, truly slick, bro. On some trio shit, bro. Looks fucking badass. Stereotypical ass angel, fucking amazing. That's my panel. My second one is probably gonna be the one after he takes Cruel Sun. After the OG demon takes Cruel Sun, he has a shield up, and it's like the center panel in between everything. He has a flange on the top of his head. It looks sick, bro. It looks sick. It doesn't even look like the nigga has a brain.
Yo. Really quick. Do you guys think that without the shield, he'd actually be taking damage from Escanor? Like, do you think the shield being gone is going to come into play soon?
Maybe switches to the sword, to his third sword.
Yeah, because the
There's a
shield
chance,
is the
yeah.
thing that's a problem.
I mean, probably because it looks like the weapons that he has may be like enchanted weapons. I think maybe special.
I mean, one's made of darkness, my dude.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
just made of, like,
I hope.
He looks like a staff or some shit. Like,
I hope.
Yeah,
I really hope.
that would probably like come or be like something that Nakaba would do to like show us the abilities of the different weapons. So I can see that definitely. But then that would come into question: does this shield have a special property too?
It probably does, to be honest. Because no normal shield would be able to take the Chastity Fool's attack or Cruel Sun, so...
And he like super tanked that shit. And he had
And
that is a thing actually, because it was prominent in both of the pictures that he took those attacks.
Mhm.
And honestly, we don't even know if he's if he'll actually even be able to like repair the shield or even heal, because remember, he's a demon, so we can only imagine that a little bit of darkness never hurts anyone. Never hurts any injury. So just fix the shield. All right, shield's good. All right, let's go round 2. And then it's like, all right, now I'm aware. Let's fight.
All right, guys. That was it for 2018's 294 podcast. We'll be seeing you guys next year, most likely.
Gang.
I think there's like 6 days left. I might drop another Taizai video along the way, most likely.
I was gonna say, you want to do like a wrap up of the year, best moments and stuff. Like that'd be kind of cool.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm down for that shit. Hell yeah.
Let me know.
Panels of the year, fucking moments of the year, character of the year, breasts of the year.
That's a really good idea.
Breast.
Okay, you lost me. You lost me.
No. We gotta do that, but we gotta talk about Iskander's, chest. You know what I'm saying? He out here.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Hitting the pecs. His pecs
Second
out.
gayest thing I've heard all day. Bro. Second gay.
Matt, you got Zeldris. You know what I'm saying? Woo!
This guy.
Shit. All right, guys, stay tuned for those videos, that content.
Big dick Zeldris.
Tomorrow, or I think today would be actually the 25th. Is the first video out of 3 that you should be seeing today. 7 Deadly Sins, the Boar podcast, the One Punch Man podcast later on today at 8:00, and at 4:00, I believe you should have the One Piece draft, the 3rd game. So check it out. It's the game of the week. Like, subscribe, guys, if you want all that content. We're hitting up everybody. Everybody come through, bro. Come through. Just come through, bro. Just come through. We're chilling. We're hanging out. We're having fun. It's Taizai, it's One Punch Man, it's One Piece. Come through the Discord. Check out the description for everybody's links. Like we saw, we heard in the beginning of the podcast, everybody has content out for the rest of the year, so check that out. And we'll see you boys later on, man. Yo ho ho!
Scretaru.
All right. Oh shit.